Hey, thanks for joining us. If you don't already know us by now, we're the Spirit Realm Travelers. I am an intuitive, clairvoyant, and remote viewer.
And I'm a psychic medium.
Yeah. And today's going to be an interesting video because what we're going to be doing is she's going to be channeling somebody, potentially, hopefully, from the submarine incident so we can get information on the situation and what happened to these people and how everything happened, or as much information as we can receive from the downloads.
Right.
So, that being said, is there anything else you want to add to that?
No, I'm ready to start.
Awesome. Yeah, she's been picking up on somebody already.
Yeah.
She does not know who these people are. She only knows some are wealthy. There were 5 of them, and they were all males. Except, one in particular that she's already been picking up on. I haven't divulged the information as to who this person is yet, but she's already getting information on the description of this person. And so when we get to that point, I'm gonna reveal that information to her, and we'll see.
Yeah.
If the information is accurate. And again, she doesn't really know anything about the situation other than those things that I just mentioned. So we're all just hearing about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've done more research, obviously, just so I can kind of guide the questions and stuff like that. But other than that, let's get started.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, so
The ocean.
Yeah, so the ocean, gosh, we can't even conceptualize what happens there. We're not meant to be there, in my opinion. And it's very dangerous to go, especially that deep in the ocean.
Yes.
And so I'm picking up on an energy, but it's really unusual from what I've ever picked up on before, and I've been practicing since I was a little kid, but more seriously since I was 8-9 years ago or so. And this is unlike anything that I've ever experienced. And so unlike before, when I'd be able to pick up on souls there, I'm not able to do that this time. But I am, however, being able to pick up on one specific person's ancestors.
Which would be a secondary soul.
Yeah, I would call that a secondary soul because
It's not it's not the direct soul that she's trying to tap into. It's somebody connected and or related to that soul. This soul, in this case, being the ancestor of one of the people on that submarine. And from what we're receiving already, what you're receiving already is they're pretty angry about what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting because let's get into the energy of the person that they're describing to you.
Well, the person that I'm tuning in, how I get these images is that I'll start with their eyes, and I'll be able to connect with their soul, and from their eyes and their faces will appear into my mind, but it starts with their pupils. And so I'm being able to pick up on a person that looks like Hispanic or like a Filipino, darker toned, but
Brown-skinned, a person of color in this case.
Yeah, smaller eyes, dark eyebrows, prominent eyebrows, short black hair, just how, guys' haircut.
And age?
45, 47.
Okay.
Closer to 47, I feel, but.
Okay. And that's the information you're getting from their ancestor.
From the ancestor, yeah.
Currently. Right now in this moment. And that you've been kind of picking up on as you've been preparing for this.
Right. I'm not able to connect with any of these souls because I feel like these souls.
Something happened to them.
Something happened to them, and they're not in a heaven, or they're not in a hell, or they're not lingering around where they died. They were
essentially being contained.
Yeah, contained.
By something. Where it's kind of like difficult. They can't reach out anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So their ancestor is still on the other side. They still know information.
The being that I'm connecting with is a part of somebody's spirit team on the submarine, and I just described how they looked.
Right, and I'm gonna get that image while you continue. So
Okay.
I'm gonna reveal it to you, okay?
Okay. Well, when I take my pauses, it's just me receiving these downloads, and if you've seen psychics before, you'll be aware of it, but I just need to tune out to explain. So the ancestor that I'm speaking with is a part of that person's spirit team and has been powerless in the ways where they could not have influenced the person from making better decisions than to go on this submarine or to prevent their death. So they had to be with this person as they died. And so this is how I'm able to see what happened up until that point and then a bit after.
So you're seeing the memory or the vision through the perspective of their ancestor that was with them at the time of death.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you the person now.
Okay.
Him?
Yeah. Wow.
This is him?
It does look like him.
And he's what you described. He's a Pakistani.
Wow.
He's 48 years old.
Wow.
Shahzada Dawood.
Okay, 47.
Him and his son. His 19-year-old son. So, I don't know if you guys can see that there. If anything, I'll
We'll
post
just
a picture.
post a picture,
right
yeah.
up on the screen there. But she's never seen this person before. I didn't know until I just researched it, or just before we started getting ready. So, to know that she had already started seeing somebody connected to this person and describing those things, I mean, it's clear there's something going on.
Yeah. So, how this happened, it seems like these people were sacrificed, ritual, because the money you get also influences your energy, and that means that they have a heightened energy in a way.
It's amplified, magnified, so it makes them high energy souls.
A lot more valuable.
Yeah.
Because money also represents like your root chakra, and your root chakra balances the rest of your chakra. So if you want to talk about these things, then that's how this is working. But more about the situation, this is why I feel that these people were chosen to be sacrificed. And even the boss or like the biggest, CEO of this company or whoever like facilitated the submarines and stuff were not aware or prepared of an explosion. They did not plan for this. They completely prevented this to happen.
Nobody was in the know-how of anything anybody that was on the submarine. Nobody knew about what was going to take place. So it was beyond their awareness and knowledge. And yeah. That's what we're getting, that they were sacrificed.
They were sacrificed, and so I'm familiar with like the elites worshiping like an owl god.
Yes.
And so I feel like this is the same type of god.
Yeah.
Yeah. The same kind of thing, but I don't think that they're sacrificing it to the same god, because I'm getting visions of I am walking into the submarine. I have somebody else's body, but I'm seeing it as me, and I'm wearing like a backpack and like black clothes, and like I'm going into the submarine and everyone's loading up and there's people around, and there's some commotion because everyone's coming on, and
Well, what is the ancestor telling you right now?
Well, they're showing me what loading up in the beginning of this day looked like.
Okay.
So I'm seeing this person getting on the submarine, and then everyone's sitting together, and people. I am sitting in the submarine, and I'm observing other people checking things and making sure everything is prepared, and not feeling any bad energy, feeling comfortable, nervous, and excited.
Everybody's going about their day.
Definitely prepared. All of the regular feelings of doing something like this.
Right.
And who I am, the energy that I am as this person is that I'm joyful and I'm gracious.
So are you the descendant of this ancestor? Are you this older man basically? You're looking through his eyes.
Right.
And experiencing his emotions and energy that day.
Right.
Going into this situation.
Yeah. So I'm experiencing it as him now. And so the energy of my persons is not malicious.
Right.
So I don't see that they would have any kind of contact really or close.
Right. No ties to anybody evil or negative within like this sort of global elitist type of situation.
Yeah, because it is really similar in this case, but there is, I guess, how there's like the Illuminati, right? There's like higher than that.
There's people that are even more so in charge behind the scenes on a much more global level that have planned something like this that don't need authority from anybody else, such as organizations like societies like Illuminati or any other secret society. This was done by somebody much, much bigger than them.
And because of that, they have access to incredible resources which make them capable of mutation or capable of like creating their own abilities, basically.
Technology.
Like their own Batman. Yeah. Like they can create whatever they want. And I see that there's a person involved at this moment. Well, as that person, I am observing people around me, and there is someone there that I am able to pick up now that I am a psychic looking at it, that they are under some kind of influence, like I would say close to like brainwash kind of control kind of thing, where they're able to just be careless a bit that day. And I think that someone but like was checking the submarine and just overlooked something that they wouldn't have usually, and because of so would be maybe insomnia. I'm seeing like an entity is influencing them, or something like that, which is unusual for that character, because I do also see in the past, like the day before this happened, everything was fine, everything checked out, they were prepared, they felt confident about doing this mission. Many tests were being placed. So I think that this is how moving a bit in the future now, this is how the explosion was able to happen. But as that person, now I'm seeing that the door is being closed and everyone's getting ready to take off, and I look in front of me and there's people sitting in front of me and there's people to the side of me, but the way that I'm viewing it is that I'm viewing it only as like their bodies, because I'm not able to connect with any of these souls here. I'm only able to connect with the ancestor of the person that was there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you receiving downloads
So.
right now? Okay. And so what else? What else happened? What happened to them?
Um,
What was it? What exactly? How did they meet their end?
so everything was normal. I see in this person's memory that they had done tests before to make sure their body could physically handle going into a submarine. So everything is as prepared and as expected up until an hour or so. Like, the energy just is shifting, and there's an anxiety happening.
As soon as it starts taking off? Or just before?
No, an hour. So, like, they have already left.
Mm-hmm.
They're underwater now. They've been traveling underwater for like an hour, I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a map or like a level, right? A paper or like a pictogram kind of thing. And it's like how many meters down is each one. And I see that like it's like a third like thing, like
A third of the
in
way
that
there?
scale. Yeah. That's how
So
they're helping me.
4,000 feet, around 4,000 feet out of the 12.3, I think. They're not halfway there yet.
No.
So they're about a third of the way down.
It's leading up to the explosion.
So they don't even make it to the bottom yet, or
No, they explode first.
before they get over there?
Before they get down there, I believe they had exploded first. And I'm seeing time is really hard for me to measure.
Thank you so much for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and hit that bell notification. You can listen to our podcast, Obscure Mysteries, on Spotify. Follow us on social media, our TikTok and Instagram at Spirit Realm Travelers. Stay tuned for more content. Until next time.